Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap. So guys, we are back with another session for RBI Assistant for the year 2022. And guys, in this session, we are again discussing the mains exam and some leftover questions from the mains exam of the year 2017. So we have already conducted 3 sessions for this mains exam, and we'll be discussing a few more questions in this particular session. But guys, if you know that we have launched RBI Assistant Practice to Perfect Sigma course, and this is not just a test series. We are providing a lot many things with this. Previous year questions along with video solutions are there. Then there are 60 live practice classes to give you one-on-one mentorship. Then there are 50 sectional tests so that you can build up on your strategy, you can build up on your concepts, and you can practice your questions. Then there are 20 full-length tests so that you can understand where you stand today and which sections, which areas you need to work upon. Computer knowledge has been provided in the course, and general awareness sessions are there. And guys, we are offering 30% discount on this course, flat 30% discount. And guys, the coupon code to avail this opportunity is early bird in capital, which is given here. And guys, this sale is valid only till 15th of February. So guys, don't wait for any other opportunity. I think this is a life-changing opportunity. RBI Assistant exam has been, the notifications have been launched after almost 3 years. So I think you should prepare for this exam, and it's a great job to be joining as an officer for. Right. So please join us so that we can help you in your preparation, and we'll provide you a lot of material to practice from. So that was about the sale that we've launched. Now guys, if you want the PDFs of this session, you can join our Telegram channel, the link for which has been given in the description of the video. And if you have any doubts or if you have any queries, you can call us on this number during the office hours, 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. So let's begin the session, guys. Now I'll be reading out the directions to you, and we'll have to follow that, and we'll look at the questions together. So question number 36, here it goes. Each of the following questions has a paragraph from which one sentence has been deleted. From the given options, choose the one that completes the paragraph in the most appropriate way. So let's read the paragraph first, guys. Ever since penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929, an antibiotic revolution has been ushered in medicine, with new antibiotics flooding the market every year. So then there is one sentence that has been deleted. The further part is, the only way in which antibiotic resistance can be prevented is not to use the antibiotic, which of course is not possible. Preventing resistance against bedaquiline is a must, but the manner in which this is being done is impractical and undemocratic. So we have to find the sentence that connects both the parts, right? But there is hardly any antibiotic against which no resistance has been reported. Okay. The rationing of bedaquiline by the government on the fears of drug resistance is understandable. All right. Next is, if the priority of prevention of drug resistance, it could be, if the priority is the prevention of drug resistance, it could be attained by methods of less draconian than controlling the availability of drugs. All right. A compassionate approach supplemented by scientific rationality is a must in prompting, not rationing bedaquiline therapy. Or last is, restricting patients and means to treat them in a specific region, in specific regions, is unprecedented. So guys, let's read again. Ever since penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929, an antibiotic revolution has been ushered in medicine, with new antibiotics flooding the market every year. The only way in which antibiotic resistance can be prevented is not to use the antibiotic, which of course is not possible. So bedaquiline is the last part. We cannot use bedaquiline in this connecting sentence. So we can eliminate option number B and option number D very easily. Right, we are left with A, C, and E. Right, restricting patient means to treat them in specific regions are not being spoken of, so we can eliminate E as well. So let's look at option number A and C, guys. But there is hardly any antibiotic against which no resistance has been reported. Okay. If the priority of prevention of drug resistance, it could be attained by methods less draconian than controlling the availability of no. So I think, guys, the correct option here is option number A. So that's how it should pan out. That ever since penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929, an antibiotic revolution has been ushered in medicine, with new antibiotics flooding the market every year. But there is hardly any antibiotic against which no resistance has been reported. The only way in which antibiotic resistance, see, this is the connecting word, can be prevented is not to use the antibiotic, which of course is not possible. So preventing resistance against bedaquiline is a must, but the manner in which this is being done is impractical and undemocratic. So correct answer here is option number A, guys. Let's move on to the next question. We'll read the paragraph and then we'll find the missing sentence. It is clear that institutional credit availability to facilitate rural consumption and growth has been on the wane, with larger household debts being incurred through non-institutional sources, borrowed at very high rates of interest for unproductive purposes. While international studies point to the negative long-run impact of household debt on consumption and growth, such debt-driven consumption as prevalent in India is likely to be even more unsustainable and non-growth inducing. Then let's read the further part. The success of monetary policy and the transmission mechanism would be predicated on the successful reach of institutional credit agencies in the rural areas and their growing share in the rural household debt. That's absolutely true. Now let's read the options, guys. The presence of the right institutional environment will have a bearing on the sustainability of the household debt. Maybe. Monetary policy will need to pay attention to this link between consumption and growth. Right. While the economic survey and the budget document have raised concerns about corporate debt, government debt, see, they're not talking about government debt and government debt. So we can eliminate this from the get-go. Let's read D. Economic analysts, as also the monetary authorities, may need to go beyond their traditional obsession with the growth, inflation outcomes of monetary policy to underlying conundrums of such growth itself. No. This is irrelevant again. More important is the declining role of cheaper institutional credit in the total cash debt in rural segments, vis-a-vis the exploitative traditional sources of the non-institutional credits such as agricultural money lenders and landlords, traders, etc. Declining role of the cheaper institutional credit in the total cash debt in the rural segments. That has been spoken of. We can eliminate that. So that's how you eliminate the options, and that's how you basically reach your answer, guys. The presence of the right institutional environment will have a bearing on the sustainability of household debt, or monetary policy will need to pay attention to. See, again, we'll find the connecting link. We're talking about monetary policy in the next sentence. So I think the correct option here is option number B. Right, so this does not make sense. So let's read it together. While international studies point to the negative long-run impact of household debt on consumption and growth of such debt-driven consumption as prevalent in India is likely to be even more unsustainable and non-growth inducing. Monetary policy will need to pay attention to this link between consumption and growth. The success of monetary policy and the transmission mechanism would be predicated on the successful reach of institutional credit agencies in the rural areas and their growing share in rural household debt. So for me, correct option here is option number B. Let's move ahead, guys. Okay, we have to follow the same direction. Let's read the paragraph and let's try to solve it, guys. One form of child centrism is articulated by the American philosopher John Dewey, who argued that the school curriculum has to be psychologized. One has to start from the child, her experiences and her understanding, but then this has to constantly look at accepted human knowledge and understanding. Without the end in view, the starting point is of no value. In fact, there can be no justification for taking this or that stating point without reference to an end point, right? So let's read the options. This is an argument that cannot be dismissed summarily. No, but exactly what do we mean by child centrism in India? Without a no, that does not make sense again. So we can eliminate option number A and B. One is the starting point and the other the end, right? Or they should be left free to discover knowledge. One has to start from the child, her experiences, her understanding, but then this has to constantly look at accepted human knowledge and understanding, or they should be left free to discover knowledge. Without the no, guys, we can eliminate option number D as well. This demands freedom, flexibility, and contextual decision making by the teacher, keeping in mind every individual type. No, guys, I think correct option here is option number C. See, we are talking about without the end in view, the starting point is of no value. So the correct option should be one is the starting point and the other the end. So one has to start from the child, her experiences, her understanding, but then this has to constantly look at the accepted human knowledge and understanding. So one is the starting point and other is the end point. Without the end in view, the starting point is of no value. In fact, there can be no justification for taking this or that starting point without reference to an end point. So that is the correct answer, guys. Option number C is the correct answer here. Moving ahead, guys. Next question. The economics survey asks what went wrong and offers the following explanation. In the 2000s, economies all over the world were booming. Indian firms made plans accordingly. Dash, naturally, projects that had been built around the assumption that growth would continue at double-digit levels were suddenly confronted with growth rates half that level. Firms stopped investing in banks, mostly public, which have accumulated a huge amount of bad loans, stopped lending. The growth of credit to industry became negative during the last fall, making SME suffer even more than big companies, right? So let's read the options, guys. They launched new projects worth lakhs of crores. Their investment financed by an astonishing credit boom. All right. Growth remains high at 7.2%, but its rate is declining. No, guys, this is we're talking about the past. Certainly, there was some good news. Naturally, no, guys, that is contradictory because there was bad news after that. Most economic problems were resolved through market-based mechanisms. Okay. These reforms have not really taken place yet, according to economic survey. No, guys, there are no reforms spoken of here. So I think it could be D or A. Let's read the option again. The economic survey asks what went wrong, and the offers explanation about this, that in 2000s economies all over the world were booming. Indian firms made plans accordingly. They launched new projects worth lakhs of crores, and their investment financed by an astonishing credit boom. Right? No, guys, I think the correct option here is option number A. So they're talking about Indian firms. So Indian firms, they made plans accordingly. They launched new projects worth lakhs of crores. So see, they started with an inverted comma and that's what they finished. They made plans accordingly. They launched new projects worth lakhs of crores and their investment financed by an astonishing credit boom. All right. Next question, guys. We have to do that again. Let's read the paragraph and let's try to figure out the missing sentence. Perhaps the lack of simple fact check and critical thinking is also how regressive notions still find their way into secondary and graduate level textbooks. Recently, a Maharashtra state textbook informed students that ugly and handicapped girls may need more dowry to be married, followed by no attempt to question the posited thought. BA Sociology textbooks still unflinchingly state that primary goal of Hindu marriage is putra prapti or reproduction of sons. Dash, and yet these outdated ideas are propagated unquestioned and with textbook dignity afforded to them. Students memorize and reproduce them in exams. These follies are compounded by the fact that the questioning is still relatively discouraged in classrooms. All right. So let's read the options. This would instill them with femininity that would ostensibly keep their thinking undistorted and for future and reproductive performance. No, guys, this is illogical. It enfeebles them. It enfeebles real progressive development, and yet those outdated ideas are propagated unquestioned. Could be possible. Let's read option number C. This is the justification provided to segregate the male and female students in college canteen, and yet no, guys, this is wrong. Science-wise, there is baffling nonsense in this statement, and yet these outdated ideas are propagated unquestioned. This baffling no, there was not a statement. There were few instances, so we can eliminate that, guys. So there were few instances here. Then the nation is supposedly trying to do away with these social ills, and yet yes, guys, that makes sense here. So my option is readily option number E. The nation is supposedly trying to do away. That means they're trying to get away with these social ills, and yet these outdated ideas are propagated unquestioned. That is my answer, guys. These were the questions for filling the blanks with missing sentences. Followed by, guys, there is this rearrangement, parajumble questions that I wanted to discuss with you. So let's try to read all the sentences and let's try to solve it. Sentences given in each question, when properly sequenced, form a coherent paragraph. Each sentence is labeled with a letter. Choose the most logical order of sentences amongst the 5 choices given to construct a paragraph. So we'll try to read all the sentences and we'll try to make a I will try to solve it right here. Let's read the sentences. But what protects these embankments? So guys, if a sentence begins with a conjunction, that cannot be the first sentence. I'm looking for my first sentence. Come monsoon, villages in Sundarbans Islands witness nature's fury with floodwaters overriding all boundaries and inundating huge tracts of land. That is possible. Mangroves serve as shield for embankments and provide natural defense against tidal waves and floods by reducing the energy of the waves hitting the coast. Could be possible. As such, the earthen embankment, as such, is again a conjunction, so D could not be the option for sentence. This move from the villages, this cannot be the first sentence because it starts with the pronoun. However, as changing, no, again, however, cannot be the first sentence. They replanted, this cannot be the first sentence. So my options are B or C. So come monsoon, villages in Sundarbans witness nature's fury. So I think correct first sentence is, guys, option number B for me. Come monsoon, villages in Sundarbans Islands witness nature's fury. So that means every monsoon, villages in Sundarbans Islands witness nature's fury with flood waters overriding all boundaries and inundating huge tracts of land. So what could be the second sentence? Let's find out, guys. This move, no. Changing climate patterns. No, guys, they replanted, no. What protection the mangroves? Could be A or could be D. Yes, I think it's D. See, they're talking about every monsoon this happens in Sundarbans Island. Then, as such, the earthen embankment stretching to 3,600 kilometers on the 54 uninhabited islands out of a total of 102 in the Sundarbans protect scores of people from floods and tidal waves. So D is the second statement, and then it should be A. But what protects these embankments from angry tides? Is it the mangroves? So that is the question that they are asking. Is it the mangroves? Then it should be C. Mangroves serve as a shield for the embankments and provide natural defense against tidal waves and floods by reducing the energy of the tidal waves hitting the coast. Then it should be F. However, as changing climate patterns and anthropogenic pressures began to threaten the mangroves in the Sundarbans, 142 villages decided to take actions. Yes. Then, guys, they replanted around 25 million mangrove trees over 5,500 hectares. That should be the sixth sentence, and last should be E. This move from the villages is not surprising considering the destruction that Cyclone Aila unleashed in the Sundarbans in 2009 is still fresh in their memory. So that should be sentence number 7. So the correct sequence should be B. Second should be D. Third should be A. Fourth should be C. Fifth should be F. Sixth should be G. And seventh sentence should be E. So the correct sequence should be, guys, B, D, A, C, F, G, E. So that is basically how you find the first sentence, and then you form a chain of statements after reading the correct, the correct formation of sentences. So B, D, A, C, F, G, E. What could be the correct option? B, D, A. No, guys. This cannot be the answer. This cannot be. Yes, guys, this is my answer. B, D, A, C, F, G, E. B, D, A, C, F, G, E. Absolutely correct, guys. So guys, if you have the habit of solving parajumbles frequently, you will be able to solve the passage in the parajumble passage in the paper, and you will score 5 good marks out there. So just keep on practicing and keep on working hard like that. So this was the last session for 2017 mains exam that was conducted for RBI Assistant. And guys, again, I would like to inform you that we are offering a flat 30% discount on our RBI Assistant course for the year 2022, where we are providing you with previous year questions with video solutions, 60 live practice classes, 50 sectional tests, 20 full-length tests, computer knowledge, general awareness, and one-on-one mentorship. So guys, if you wish to avail, or if you are preparing for RBI Assistant, you can avail this course for 30% discount, and the coupon code is early bird in capital, and the sale is valid only till 15th February 2022, guys. Guys, if you want the PDFs of these sessions, you can join our Telegram channel, the link for which has been given in the description of the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. Guys, if you wish to contact us for any query, any doubt, you can call us on this number during the office hours. That is 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. And guys, you can check out our courses. The links have been given in the description of the video. And we wish to prepare and we wish to struggle with you throughout this journey so that we can help you in getting a good job. So having said that, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again very soon with another such session where we'll be discussing the paper for 2019 mains. So I wish you all the success in your endeavors and happy learning to all of you guys.